All right, 7-star EV raids are officially out, and as expected, this one is not very difficult, provided that you have the right build for it. Everything that we possibly thought EV was going to have to make this raid difficult, it doesn't have. No held item, no EV investment, no crazy move set. It's about, honestly, the most boring standard 7-star raid you can get. However, the build that is the best for this one, it's Annihilate. Annihilate still reigns supreme on this one. So for like the millionth time, let's talk about Annihilate and how you're gonna use it to take down 7-star EV. Let's get to it. All right, so here's the Annihilate build that you are gonna use to take down 7-star EV as easily as you can. It's fighting in Ghost type, which means that none of EV's normal type moves are going to affect you. And the only non-normal type move it knows is Bite. And Bite does like negligible damage to Annihilate, okay? So, fighting Ghost type is fantastic. Terra type is fighting on this one. Level 100 because obviously it has to be. And held item on this one is the Metronome. We're not going with the Shell Bell. Metronome is gonna make this raid about 1,000,000 times easier. So for your EVs on this one, you wanna make sure that you have your HP and attack EVs maxed out at 252 each. And you want to make sure that you have an adamant nature, so plus attack minus special attack, not like what I have where I have plus speed minus special attack. Ability is Defiant because, you know, this one's going to be absolutely important for this. Eevee does tend to drop stats a lot, which means Defiant does help out. And as far as the moveset goes on this one, you really only need 2 moves here, and that's Drain Punch and Close Combat. You really don't need anything else. However, throw Bulk Up on there as well to increase your attack and defense on this one, and Focus Energy to make it so you have a chance of landing even more critical hits on this guy. So this one is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We've used this one 1,000,000 times before, but with that, let's take a look at what this actually looks like in a raid and how it actually works against a 7-star EV. Doesn't always work, chat. And there it is, the 7-star Tera Normal EEVEE. Just in time for the EV celebration. So, this one's super simple. Strat for this one is really straightforward. Intimidator, honestly, is kind of huge. Anticipation is the, like, its hidden ability. It does absolutely nothing. EV puts up shield immediately at the beginning of the raid, and it uses Baby Doll Eyes, which activates Defiant, which actually increases our attack more than it's dropped. And then turn 1, I like to use Focus Energy. Eevee removes effects from itself immediately, which doesn't really do anything. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but so be it. It's gonna use Bite, and you'll see that Bite does like 40 points of damage to us. And at this point, we just run Drain Punch to build up our Metronome on this one. So Drain Punch from the start isn't going to do a whole lot, but after about 5 turns, it's going to do insane amounts of damage to this. Bite, again, does nothing. Eevee's poisoned here, which is not really going to matter to us. At some point, it's going to steal your Terra Orb charge like it just did. It doesn't really matter. You know, it doesn't matter. Eevee will clear stats during this raid twice. So it's not really worth using Bulk Up until after that happens, if you even want to use it. I honestly don't. I just sit here and I spam Drain Punch. That's literally all you need to do. I know it looks like, you know, we're not ahead of the timer yet, but that's fine. We're going to be ahead of the timer here pretty quick. And Bite is the only move that Eevee can use against us, so it just sits here and uses Bite. Like, that's legit all it does. We heal, it attacks us, we take damage, and then we heal again. That's all it is. Okay? It's never gonna get us down very far until we terrastalize. When we terrastalize is when things kind of get interesting. So let's go ahead and Terra on this one. Okay? If we Terra fighting, then once we Terra fighting, we kind of have to start being careful here because moves like Double Edge, Hyper Voice, things like that actually will start doing damage to us. So we kind of have to be a little wary of that, but the Terra fighting Drain Punch with Metronome and a couple Defiance just does all the damage to this raid. I mean, and the focus energy giving you critical hit chances is just, yeah. There's really not a whole lot else to it other than this. It nullifies stat changes, that's fine. Focus energy doesn't get nullified because of that. And our metronome doesn't break because of that either, so we just keep running Drain Punch. And if we keep running Drain Punch, we just keep doing more and more damage. I mean, we're up ahead of the timer now. And we should finish this one with about half the timer left, maybe a little less. You know. So, it removes stat changes from itself. We really don't care about because, you know, it doesn't matter. Drain Punch. Drain Punch with that 5 metronome stack. The 5 metronome stack on Drain Punch is really when things start to get crazy with this one. Because then you're doing double damage. Speaking of double edge is gonna hit. It's gonna do quite a bit to us, but since we're faster, we're actually gonna do more damage, or we're gonna heal more than the damage that we're taking. So even with a crit, we're never gonna get KO'd during this raid. Yeah, and just like that, we're not even at halftime yet. Eevee's down in the yellow. We're doing crits basically every turn. HP's back up to full every time. The only thing you have to make sure of when you're doing this is that the PP, your like power points on your Drain Punch are maxed out, because if they're not, you will run out of Drain Punches, which is why we put Close Combat on there. Close Combat's really important for this one. Yeah. Just in case you do run out of your PP for Drain Punch, you have a backup, okay? Close Combat in and of itself is going to do a ton of damage, so you really don't need a metronome for it. It's more of like, okay, the raid's getting close. I got KO'd once. I need to take this out as quick as I can, okay? So, Drain Punch, we have 7 left. I doubt we're going to need 7 to take this out. As far as partner Pokemon go on this one, like for your AI, it really doesn't matter what you have. A Tauros Intimidator is nice, but Eevee cleanses its stat changes so frequently during this raid that you're never really going to get the chance to take full advantage of that. So, we're right at halftime now, and we should be like 2 to 3 Drain Punches away from the raid being over. There's one. That's it. I mean, this is literally the entire strat. It's the exact same thing we've done for every other raid that ANNIHILAPE has worked for. Just this one being Tera Normal means that you just can't get hit. You legit just can't get hit by this one. And this is also with a non-adamant nature, so with an adamant nature, you're going to be doing more damage than what I'm doing right now. But I just didn't change the nature on mine because I wasn't paying attention to it. So, honestly, not really the most exciting raid in the world, not one that anybody was really excited for. But you know what? It's a 7-star EEVEE with the mightiest mark, and it's a chance for people to get something that, you know, they don't have. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that really love EEVEE. There's a very good chance, by the way, during this raid, EEVEE will probably KO itself with double edge recoil. But not this time. This time, we take out EEVEE with ANNIHILAPE. Solo, over half the time left, no KOs, no worries whatsoever. This is literally all you need to take out this raid and catch yourself an EEVEE. The rewards on this one are really good. Your first time through, it's an ability patch. I got a double ability patch on mine. Plus, you can get, you know, capsules, large XL candies, HP ups, Tera shards, Qualot berries, bottle caps, all kinds of berries. And the first time that you beat this, you get yourself a one of each of the evolution stones. So in case you want to evolve this, you can evolve it into whatever you want to for free. I'm keeping this one as EEVEE. Why? Because I'm odd like that. But that's it. Let me know down in the comments below, guys. What build have you used to take on 7-star EEVEE, and why is it ANNIHILAPE? Because that's what everybody is going to be using. ANNIHILAPE or Iron Hands. One of the two. So, that's all, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not, so you can stay up to date with all the raids. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.